as US officials will be meeting the Taliban representatives in Doha. US State Department has said the diplomats will be discussing humanitarian issues, critical interests with Afghan group officials. And they will be meeting the Taliban representatives in Qatar this week. This is, remember, said to be a rare direct talk between Washington and the ruling Afghan group. In fact, Special Representative for Afghanistan Thomas West and Special Envoy for Afghan Women, Girls and Human Rights Rina Amiri will be traveling to Kazakhstan's Astana and also Qatar's Doha from the 26th to the 31st of July. This, in fact, will discuss humanitarian support and other issues in Afghanistan. This, in fact, has completed. This has happened. This has been a historic conversation. Remember, after Taliban assumed power, getting America out of Afghanistan territories, this is going to be a one-of-a-kind conversation that has happened. Remember, the Taliban returned to power in 2021 when NATO and US forces withdrew after a 20-year conflict, and the chaotic evacuation has seen thousands of desperate Afghans trying to enter Kabul airport and men clinging to aircraft as they taxied down the runways. It was a visual that not many of us will be able to forget in the years to come. And right now, in the middle of all of that, we're also seeing this all-important conversation between US and the Taliban reps of Afghanistan.
But also, no, this does not indicate any change in policy of the United States. We have been very clear is that we will engage with the Taliban appropriately when it is our interest in our interest to do so. This is not intended to mean any kind of indication of recognition or any kind of indication of normalization or legitimacy of the Taliban. The comments I made yesterday very clearly about our continued concerns about backsliding in Afghanistan, the egregious human rights abuses that the Taliban is undertaking, their marginalization of Afghan women and girls. All of those things and many others continue to be of immense concern to the United States.
These salon employees are getting ready to shut up shop for what could be the last time. The Taliban's ban on beauty salons for women in Afghanistan comes into effect on Tuesday. An estimated 12,000 beauty businesses are likely to shutter. The ban will also put more than 60,000 women out of a job, adding further strain on an economy already in crisis. These beauticians are among those who invested large sums to get their businesses off the ground.
I'm experiencing one of the worst and darkest days of my life, total absolute disappointment. We started our work with lots of passion and enthusiasm, but unfortunately everything is over now.
When I heard this announcement, I got very upset. Day by day, the Taliban are trying to eliminate women from society somehow. They ban schools, universities, and the employment of women. Day by day, they are increasing the restrictions.
As well as beauty services, the salons provided many Afghan women with a safe, female-only space where they could meet outside their homes and without a male chaperone. Faced with rapidly diminishing options, dozens of women staged a rare protest against the ban. Footage shot by the protesters shows the Taliban using water cannons to break up the demonstration. The Morality Ministry said the ban on salons was based on an order from the supreme spiritual leader. Similar orders have led to the closure of high schools and universities to women and stopped many Afghan female aid staff from working. The Taliban administration say they respect women's rights in line with their interpretation of Islamic law and Afghan culture.